theory, we have a better chance to always get to the best contract because we both get multiple bids. We get to finish telling our story, okay? If we have a minimum opening and or a very minimal response, now all of a sudden we have to make compromises, right? It's like, well, what's more important, pattern or strength? Do I tell partner I have 4 spades and make sure that we don't miss a spade fit? Or do I tell partner that I have 12 to 14 points and risk possibly missing a spade fit? I think we have moved very much to the latter because, look, if we have a 4-4 spade fit and we play 1 no, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes 1 no plays quite well. Sometimes it plays better than spades would have played, especially if there's a bad break in a suit. Sometimes the defense doesn't get off to the best lead and we make over tricks and we score really well in 1 no and get a better score than in spades. By the way, if you ever run across, and I played weak no trump for a long time, this is one of the common things that you give up when you play a weak no trump system. I used to play a system where I opened 11 to 14 no trump. Well, when you open 11 to 14 no trump, partner has to pass more often, right? Because they need more to invite, they need more to bid statement and that sort of thing. And so what you find out when you play a weak no trump system is, oh, we played 1 no trump on some hands where we had a 4-4 fit. So you're going against the grain, you're going against the field, you're going against what everybody else in the room is doing. This can be good and this can be bad. Sometimes you're like, I mean 1 no and I made my 1, but I scored a 90 for that, and if we had played in spades on this hand, I'd have had a 110 or a 140. My feeling is, and not to say that pattern isn't important. Accurate shape of your hand is extremely important. But I think partner is least likely to go wrong whenever you narrow your hand down to a range of 2 or 3 points. That's why we love the 1 no trump opening. It's balanced 15 to 17. How badly can partners screw this up? Well, pretty badly at times, actually. But
How many works is hiring?
But I mean, doesn't that give us the best chance to do something intelligent? You know, I mean, if partners shows 12 to 14, we usually know right away whether or not we should be making a game try or whether we should be forcing a game. When partner opens 1 no, we know right away. Okay, are we making a move toward game or is there no chance for a game? If we open 2 no, right? So I do think that there's a lot of merit in that. Quickly back to the suit forcing thing because I saw some people used it, and I believe when we had this discussion a long time ago, I think Joanne tossed this out there, and we may have addressed it, but I heard some people talking about it. This one auction, which many of you started to have with that rebid of 1 heart here, this did bring up a question of, is 1 spade 4th suit forcing? Do you remember? Do you remember talking about this a long time ago?
Yes.
Okay, so this is that one weird auction, where in theory you can bid 1 spade naturally, and then you're like, now wait, is that a natural spade or is that a potentially artificial game forcing 1 spade? What most 4th suit forcing players do is 1 spade is specifically less than game forcing and just natural, right? So
2 spades.
now you did bid a diamond first, right? And so we would have to ask the question, well, if this person isn't game forcing, why didn't they just bypass a diamond and bid a spade? Well, maybe they're invitational, right? Maybe they're invitational and they decided, the diamonds are good enough that I want to show them we can still find the spade fit. But maybe the hand, now there's a little risk because maybe the hand wasn't planning to reverse, right? So we do ask about the difference. I do still think that 1 spade here is definitely at least a 1 round force. It's just not the artificial 100% game forcing. What a lot of people like to do is use the jump to 2 spades as the artificial game force. And this hand probably doesn't have a real spade suit, right? Because we need a way to force the game when we don't have a natural spade. So yeah, I since that came up at a couple of the tables, I did want to address that.
Well, if you had a weak hand and you felt like you had only one bid, you would bid.
I
You
would
would
bid a spade.
a spade on the first response.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in that six to 9 point range, no matter how good and long my diamonds are, if I have a 4-card major, I'm going to bid it. Now, along with that is I play. Believe it or not, there are some gadgets where you can still get out in 2 diamonds. One of them is 2-way new minor forcing. It's which is an improvement on regular new minor forcing. And believe it or not, because we could have the auction, and this might seem like a really weird auction to you, but let's say the auction begins that way: a club, a spade, a no trump. And let's say you responded a spade with 4 spades and 6 diamonds, and a fairly weak hand, right? 6, 7 points. If that's your hand, do you want to leave partner in 1 no?
No.
Probably not. What do you think would be the best contract? Probably 2 diamonds, right? I mean, let's give you that hand. Something like that, right? Just enough to squeak out a response with your 6 points. Okay. Whether you bid a diamond or you bid a spade. Well, normally we bypass the diamond and we bid a spade. We think, okay, it's a 1-bid hand. We better use that 1 bid to look for a major suit fit. All right. But you bid a spade and partner doesn't oblige you by raising your spades and they rebid a no trump. Well, do you really want partner to play 1 no with this hand? Probably not. Okay. Well, how do you show your diamonds? Well, you can't bid 2 diamonds now, can you? That's artificial. That's new minor forcing, right?
2 clubs.
Yeah. So when you get into two-way new minor forcing, which I do recommend if it's something that you want to look at, what happens is 2 clubs in new minor forcing forces opener to bid 2 diamonds, at which point you describe your hand further. And it's almost always an invitational or better hand. But what you could also do is force 2 diamonds and then pass it, right? I mean, it ends up resembling a garbage statement auction.
Yeah.
You have a garbage statement auction, and then you pass partner's 2 diamonds. Partner responds 2 diamonds, no 4-card majors, and you pass. And partner is one of those. What are you doing? And then they realize, oh, you actually had a bunch of diamonds, and it's a good spot. So that's what it allows you to do. But that's definitely. But if you don't have a way to sign off in 2 diamonds, that's a trickier hand to deal with, right? Because that is what could happen when you respond to spade. So, on the other hand, if you respond to diamond, we could be back to this business we talked about over here, right? You could respond to diamond and partner rebids a no trump and you miss your spade fit. And you're not strong enough to reverse. So, dilemmas to keep you up at night. Shall we move on to the next?